stood at the head of that boardroom, smiling, presenting my work, word for word. And I was standing right there in the back, watching, waiting. Welcome to VicRecoil. Today's story comes straight from Reddit, and this one is for everyone who has ever watched someone else take credit for everything they built. This is a story about a man who worked harder than anyone in that building, who trusted the wrong person, and who waited for exactly the right moment. Let's get into it. He had been working on this project for 3 months. Late nights, weekends, cold coffee, and empty offices. Every single detail, researched, tested, refined. This wasn't just a work project. This was his. And he was proud of it. When it was finally ready, he did what any good employee would do. He showed his boss, walked him through every slide, every number, every strategy. His boss smiled and said, "This is impressive work." He had no idea that was the last time those words would be true. That same night, his boss stayed late, alone in the office. He opened the shared drive, found every file, every document, every slide, and copied all of it. 3 months of work, gone in 60 seconds. The next morning, an email landed in the CEO's inbox. Subject line, "My Q4 strategy proposal." His name, his signature, someone else's work. And just like that, he hit send. He found out from a colleague, a forwarded email. 3 words in the subject line that stopped him cold. He read it once, then again. Through the glass wall of his boss's office, he could see him laughing with the other executives, shaking hands, taking compliments, for work he had never done. He could have gone straight to HR. He could have sent an angry email. He could have confronted his boss right there in that hallway. But he didn't. Instead, he went back to his desk, pulled up every original file, every timestamp, every email chain, every version history. He printed everything, put it in a folder, and he waited. The big presentation was 2 days later. Full boardroom, senior leadership, and at the head of the table, the CEO herself. His boss walked in like he owned the room, confident, polished, ready to take all the credit. He sat quietly along the side wall, folder in his lap, saying nothing. Yet. Halfway through the presentation, he raised his hand, calmly, politely. The CEO looked at him. His boss turned around. And for the first time in a very long time, his boss had absolutely no idea what was coming. He stood up, walked to the table, and placed the folder in front of the CEO. Original file timestamps, email chains with dates, version history, everything. He looked at the CEO and said, "I think there may be some confusion about who created this work." The room went completely silent. The CEO looked at the documents, then looked at the boss, then looked back at the documents. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't need to. She simply closed the folder, looked directly at him, and said, "We'll finish this meeting without you." He walked out of that boardroom carrying a cardboard box. Past the colleagues he used to manage, past the office he had decorated with awards, past every single person who had watched him take credit for years. Nobody said a word. They didn't have to. The CEO shook his hand after the room cleared, told him the project was exactly what the company needed, asked him how soon he could take on more responsibility. He didn't celebrate, didn't gloat. He just smiled and said he was ready. He never planned to destroy